Good evening, everyone. As you know, today we are going to start with class 6 geography, and what the topic is, it's chapter 4 maps. So as you people know very well that this chapter is related to maps because the name only talks about it, and today is the second day of maps. This chapter, it is the second day of it. So first I would like to tell you that what is a map, what are we going to learn in this chapter, and what we learned till now. So what we learned, because it was a gap of 2 or 3 days now in between, because came Saturday, Sunday, and then Raksha Bandhan, so undoubtedly it was holiday for everybody. So finally what we get to know that when we talk about maps, it is basically talking about the uses of map. For you to know what is a globe, because in chapter 1 and chapter 2 you got to know about the globe and you learned about it. But when we talk about map, it's a new something new for you as well. So here the first paragraph and the second paragraph is talking about the use of map, the use of globe, and after that which is more better, means which is better, that also we get to know about. So we are going to talk about a number of things here. We got to know that map is foldable, globe isn't, handy, and something is not handy. Globe, it's very limited because we can get to know locate only the continents and the countries and the oceans. But when we talk about map, we can get to know about a number of things, whether the small area, either it is a city, a town, or a very village, a very small shopping area also you can go through. So we got to know that map is far better and far more useful than a globe. After that, we got to know that there are three kinds of maps. The first kind of map is physical map, which talks about the physical features, the natural things. Second is the political map, which talks about the cities, towns, villages, countries, capitals, and all. And last one is the thematic map, which talks about the specific one. Any specific information is given, you need to find out either only about the rivers, or only about the mountains, or only about the kind of soil in a particular area, or only about the rivers. So here what happens, we find either it will be natural or it will be political, but the thing is we are going to talk on a specific matter, means specific topic is to be located on the map, that is known as thematic, means theme based. After that, we got to know that there are three components of maps, means the components essential features of a map, right? These are the compulsory and essential features of the map. So what we get to know, distance, direction, and symbol, right? After that, one more thing we got to know, that was distance, that was scale. So what happens in scale? So scale is what? Scale is actually the distance between the ratio, distance between the actual place, distance between the actual places and distance on the map. So it is called the ratio. After that, we got to know, according to the ratio, we found there are two kind of maps. One is small scale map and large scale map. We also got to know that small scale map is used for big areas, and large scale map is used for the smaller portion. Small scale map give us less details, and large scale map provides lots of basic and each and every kind of detail it can provide. So if we go for the large scale map and the small map, so small scale map is the map of India, and when we or the map of a state. But when we talk about a large scale map, it can be the map of your school, it can be the map of exactly your city in which you are living, and then it can be a village where you are living. So you can understand, large scale map talks about the small areas, and small scale map talks about the larger area, the bigger portion. Don't ever get confused. Small is talking about the large, and large is talking about the small, right? So now coming to the next one is your direction. So now we are going to start this session. So when we go for this session, we get to know that it is talking about direction. So what is the second component, direction? I think you people also know very well, because when you were there in class 5, you know about that there are basically 4 directions, right? East, west, north, and south. There are 4 basic directions main directions you can say, and these directions are basically called as the cardinal directions, right? Four major directions are known as cardinal directions. After that, do we have any other? So let me tell you which are the four major directions. Just hold on, I think I missed something. So when we talk about this portion, we get to know about one thing. Yes, so we get to know about one thing, and what it is, we get to know that this is the large portion, right? So we are talking about basically now the distance, right? So we are talking about the distance now. So distance, sorry, direction now. So what is a direction? We got to know direction is actually, there are four directions. So what are the four directions? We got to know directions are basically four cardinal directions are east, west, north and south, right? East, west, north and south. So north is always the up portion, south is the down portion, east is the your towards the right side, and west is towards your left side. Means undoubtedly you know about east, west, north and south from the globe as well, right? Up we have the north pole, down we have the south pole. Then we are having towards your right side, it's the east direction, towards your left side it is the west direction. So these are the main four cardinal directions, you can say, four major directions you can say. Along with that, we are having four other directions. So how can we find out those more other directions? They are called the sub directions. Okay, so this is the four major directions. So north, west, south, east and west. And what is called the sub direction? So here is the main direction, and this you can find north, this you can find east. This is north and this is east. So what you find about east? So the portion which comes between north and east is known as northeast. It is known as northeast. The portion which is coming between west and east, it is known as south and east. By mistake I said so. So it was south and east. So when you go for south and east, it becomes southeast. When you talk about south and west, it's talking about southwest. And when you talk about north and west, so we are talking about northwest. So when we talk about northeast, southeast, northwest and southwest, these four are only known as your four sub directions. So these are the four sub directions. We can easily get to know, we can easily understand the name of these places. Now coming to the four. So what we told you, that there are four major directions, main directions, cardinal directions. Apart from that, we are having four sub directions also. So we got to know about these sub directions. So there are four main directions or the cardinal directions or the major directions, and after that we can get to know that there are four sub directions as well. So one thing we have to keep in mind, that what is north, if you understand one direction, you can easily get to know the rest of all. So top is a north, down is a south, right side is your east and left side is your west. This is called north, south, east and west four, and in between comes the northwest, southwest and northeast and southeast. That we got to know about it. Now we can come to the next one. And what is the next one here? We are coming to the next point. To the directions, what next we are left with? So we are having the next one here. If I just show you that, this one, you just see, if the map is given to you, a map is given to you, and you are not aware. You just imagine, if the map is given to you and you are not aware of the direction, what will happen? You will just keep it hold like this, right? If this is the item with you and you are holding it like this, undoubtedly it is going to be wrong. So what happens if you're reading north as south and south as north, or west as east and east as north west, undoubtedly this is the reality, you won't be able to reach to the correct place. Why? Because general concept is what happens, we used to call if somebody asks you about any direction, so what can you ask? Okay, you want to go there, fine. First you have to go to the straight, then right, then left, then you go right, then again right, again you left, then right. What is this? This is the way we are telling somebody to go and reach to a particular place. Undoubtedly it becomes very difficult, right? It becomes very difficult. So in that case we are supposed to say that go to the north, towards 1 kilometer north, then turn to the east half a kilometer, then again you go north, again you come west, then you go north, then you come east, and then come south. And if you again coming to the west side, you will reach to your destination as well. Means where you started from, you will come back to the particular place. So it is just the way how to call it east, west, north, south, or you are supposed to say that go straight and back and left and right. So you can easily understand that straight, back and left and right is never a solution. So better is to know about the directions. So if we know the direction, it is very important to know the direction. Even you just see in this map also what is very important given. You know the directions and the scale is given here. Scale is given here, and what the scale shows, that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 meter. Means the location, means the distance between two places, if it is showing 1 centimeter, it is exactly 10 meter from one place. Now I want to know, tell me, it's the map of a village. You just imagine, it is a map of a village, and what it talks about, whether it is talking about the large scale map or the small scale map, that we need to think of. Okay, so if the map is of a village, the map is a large scale or the small scale, you just let me know. Remember, large scale, the smaller portion. Large scale, more ideas. Small scale, less ideas. Large scale, more information, and small scale, less information. All that it talks about, right? So don't ever get, large means more and small means less. So you have to know about the directions, but this is the reality as well, that long and long back ago we were not having these kind of directions. The people were not having any idea about the directions. So how could the people get to know where to go? In that case, there was something which was always helping the people out, and what it was, in the daytime it was the sun. Yes, it was the sun in the daytime, because the people were knowing one thing very well, that the sun rises towards this direction. They were not naming it actually. Yes, they were able to get to know. So initially they started telling the place means the sun, from the direction the sun is rising, it's known as east. And the mid time it will come to over our head, and when it comes to the night, means about to be evening, it sets towards the west direction. So we can easily, the people got to know that the sun was helping them out to know about the time as well as the direction. But what about the night time? Undoubtedly it was difficult, because the sun was not there. So how could the people get to know? So it was one thing which was helping the people out, and it was the pole star. If you call it pole star, if you call it north star, it's the same. Pole star is getting its name north star, because it is always available in the north direction. So when the people would see that here is the north star, means the brightest star, so they could easily understand, okay, this is only the north direction. They could easily get to know about it. So they found all these things, and because of that. But nowadays we know all the 4 directions, we know all the sub directions as well, and to reach to a perfect place, we are having one instrument as well. And what the name of that instrument is? The instrument is known as compass. The instrument is known as compass. Now you may have a query that what compass has, which is helping it out to exactly show a correct direction. So let me tell you, the compass is having, this is the arrow kind feature you can see. It is actually a magnet. It is actually magnet, and it is meant in such a way that the north pole, this red color dot, is always denoting about the north direction. And as you can have the clock, that there is a clock which is having 12 and this and this and this, and in between also coming a number of lines and showing different time. The same way, then compass is also having the directions, and what it is talking about, as it is total this much a circle, so it is always showing 360 degree. So you might have seen some people, especially the people who are going to the forest and the people, army people, means the army, they know the use of compass very well. Even the flight, when the flight is moving, it always requires a compass only to move, because in the plane, when somebody is there in the plane, the pilot in the plane, the person is not able to ask anybody, hey, I want to go to Ahmedabad, so do you know which direction I need to go? Can we ever ask anybody? Can the pilot of the flight move his hand out and can ask the another pilot that which is the right direction to go? Undoubtedly never. We can never ask. So in all the cases, what we have, in all the cases we are having compass. And if you have observed any movie, watched any movie, any serial, it basically talks about few things, that go towards 90 degree east, go towards 90 degree west, go to 65 degree east or 65 degree west. What it talks about? It talks about exactly the distance, exactly the direction where it has to go. So north is always considered as 0 degree, and half becomes, so 180 degree south, this is 90 degree east, and here comes 360 degree, 90 degree, 180, and then comes the next one. So this way we get to know that compass is helping us a lot. Now coming to the next point, the symbols. So don't you think that we should talk about the symbols later? No, we should continue with the symbols only. Fine, so we'll continue. There are only two types of directions here. One is the cardinal directions and another is the sub direction. One is a cardinal, which you can call it as a major directions. So these are 4 cardinal directions, which you call it 4 major directions as well. So they are north, south, east and west. And in the mid portion we have 4 more directions. So they are between the 2 main directions. So they are known as sub directions. They are called as sub directions. So this is called sub directions. Okay. So I think better we can end up this session here only. And after that we can have something more and we can get to know about else. And we can finish it off tomorrow as well. So better you prepare for your test. Might be you're having the test and all going on. So focus on your test. Better you can go for it. So what do we do? Just have a recap of it. What are the directions? What are the big scale, small scale map? And then we'll start what is the use of direction, how the compass is helping us. That's why I told you that we should end up this session only with the direction, because the direction is showing us a number of things. So you just see here in this map we are having the scale also, which is talking about the distance. Then we are having the directions as well. So as we talked about directions and the distance means the 2 components of the map. So we are done with it. Later I will let you know what are the symbols. What happens, you just see, you are going somewhere, as somebody said, you go right, you go left, you go right and left and all that. How can you get to know exactly where you have to reach? But if somebody helps you out to know one thing, hey, you go straight, means go towards your north, you will find a circle and the name of the circle is this. Then you turn towards the east direction. Then you find near to the right side, to the left side of yours, you find a temple. You go straight, there comes a shopping. So you reach, you go inside the shopping mall or inside the shopping area, shopping complex, and there you find towards the left side like this. So what happens? This landmark helped you out to reach to a perfect place. And this is only the work of a symbol. So let me tell you, don't miss the next class, because next class I'm going to talk about the symbols, and they are very important symbols which are being used by the entire world. Yes, entire world is using the same kind of symbol. So definitely don't miss it out, and revise this chapter as well, so that when we are going for the maps, like the last topic symbol, you can understand each and everything well. And after that maybe we are going for the question answer as well. Fine. So we are left with terms, symbols. We are left with the term plane, sketch, and many more. So we are left to that, and that we can finish the next time. Okay. By the time, thank you so much. And just let me know if you have any doubt right now. If you have any doubt right now, you can ask it to me as well. Fine. So we can end this session now. Or you can ask the question in the comment box as well, so that I will clear your doubt. Thank you so much.